How would I prep if money wasn't a concern? Hey everybody, it's Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. So this is a little delve into my mind as far as kind of like when you're a kid. And I remember when I was a kid, we used to get those like Christmas catalogs and stuff like that. We used to look through them and dream about everything we could get and do and stuff like that. So this is what I'm talking about. So if money was not a concern, meaning if I was a multi-millionaire, billionaire, whatever, how would I prep? Oh yeah. So this is going to be a fun little experiment in my imagination. So what would I do first? Well, first is I would buy a lot of land. I would buy thousands of acres somewhere very remote. Maybe in the Ozarks, maybe in Idaho, maybe in Montana, maybe in Wyoming. I don't know exactly where, but it would be in a definitely around a bunch of good, mostly like-minded people type area. Very low population density, remote, all those kind of things. And then what I would do is I would get together, starting with my tribe and my tribes, and coordinate with a couple other tribes that I know of are in the area, and I would say, hey, let's go build a prepper paradise. Let's go build a prepper commune, whatever you want to call it. So there's a lot to it though when you start thinking about things like that. There's so much to it. And I don't have it all figured out. I'm just going with a flow here right now. What I would do is I would offer to pretty much, foot the bill, but I would expect people have to have buy-in. If they get everything for free, then they don't take it seriously. So buy-in would be the fact that they have to work, they have to labor, and do certain things. So one of the things I would do, thinking about this, and thinking about me from the military mindset and everything like that, is all the guys that are capable and or interested in the tactical side of things, I would take those guys with me and we would attend every single high quality tactical training offered in the nation. We would just maybe take a month or two and just go around to every single one and enroll in their classes and up our game, become extremely proficient. And then I would make sure that everybody, I would buy probably millions of freedom seeds. Yeah. We would also build a town. Not necessarily a town. What we would have is I would have several things. I would have people with their own acreage, and we would set it up as a homesteading, agrarian, self-sustaining community. Meaning that we would have as much, be able to produce as much of our own inputs as possible. We would have cattle. We would have lots of animals. I mean, animals, gardens. We would have so many different things. I would love to have like the old style, like a Viking longhouse for like community gatherings and meals and stuff like that. We would have to figure out, obviously, by voting, that how the system of governance would happen and such. But basically, I would feel that every single family would need to have one adult representative on the whatever you call the council or something like that. But that's all the boring stuff. And what would I do? Heavy equipment? Yes, we would have all of our own heavy equipment to be able to do anything we need. I would build it in such a way that it is extremely defensible. Everything would be set up, would be built, would be organized for defense. And with money not being a concern, I would have everything under the sun and a lot of stuff that you guys probably don't even know about. Different kinds of sensors, different kinds of security systems. It would be completely self-sustainable, 100% off-grid. I wouldn't want anything tied to the grid. Oh man, and then I would recruit people that would fill the gaps of anything we need. One of the things I would definitely build would be a hospital. And try my best to get it fully equipped in such a way that it is a fully operational hospital, emergency room, trauma center, all that stuff. And I'm not talking necessarily about all the specialty stuff, like eye doctors, stuff like that, but a lot of very high quality medical care. I would also have every adult, I would have them, or give them, offer them, or encourage them to get their own defensive tools. There's a lot of talk about communities like this. There are some out there. Arkhaven, I think, is attempting to do kind of a similar thing. There's been other things. I remember once, it was a while back, they had this thing called the Citadel they were going to make in like northern Idaho, I think it was. And I don't think anything ever came about it. I think there were some people involved in that may have been a little shady. I don't know. But I would make it 100% legit, straight up, transparent, and people would have ownership of their own land. And free will would be one of the biggest belief systems in the community. Meaning that as long as you're not violating anybody else's free will or hurting anybody or anything like that, just do whatever you want. I don't care. As long as you're supporting the community, as long as you're helping do your part, as long as your buy-in is adequate. And if you're not up to par, bye-bye. With that said, I would also try to equip vehicular capabilities very well. Armored, up-armored, drone support, a lot of stuff. I mean, yeah, I know it's just it's a pipe dream, but it's one of those things. Let me check the time really quick. All right, it's one of these things. When we're bored or I'm trying to go to sleep, unfortunately, I start thinking about things like this. I could just imagine. Can you just picture it in your mind? What would you do? How would you set it up? I can just imagine all the fields growing mass quantities of food and putting it up. And so instead of buying food storage, we would be producing our food storage via all of our excess, and then maybe even some extra income coming in by selling it, farmers markets or something like that. There are so many capabilities. It'd be pretty cool. I would build every structure to be ballistically sound. Because if money wasn't a concern, why not? Instead of built houses with, wood and shingles and, different things like that are definitely not ballistically protected, I would do that. I would have entrenching systems. I would have choke points built in. I would have funnels. I would have overlapping fields of fire. I would have all kinds of stuff. But I also wouldn't forget all the things like having a blacksmith, having mechanics, having a lot of stuff like that. And if you're going to be building this and you're thinking, oh, hey, ballistically sound buildings, sure. To a point, though. Obviously, they're not going to protect against everything. But if you're going that route, and if money isn't a concern, build every single structure as a standalone Faraday cage with lightning rods, grounding rods, grid structure tied into the entire structure of the building. Haha, yeah. And with that said, people talk about bunkers a lot. I would have a massive underground bunker complex, or several, with many escape routes per area. You think, okay, it's one of those things. Look at Korea, North Korea versus South Korea. North Korea has turned their mountains into honeycombs. It's honeycombed with bunker structures. Think about back World War II, the islands, Iwo Jima, Saipan, Guadalcanal, all those, and how the Japanese dug in and built honeycombs all through the mountains and everything. Yeah, stuff like that. Oh, before I forget, if you guys like my train of thought, if you like preppers videos, if you like all this kind of stuff, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up, share the videos, and comment below. And if you feel so inclined, there's that little heart down there with a thanks inside of it, super thanks. That's where you can donate to the channel. It's kind of like a super chat on a live stream. If you feel like helping us out here, I greatly appreciate it. Support the community, show your support, show your love, show how cool you are. Yeah, there you go. That's what you can do. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I can go on wargaming this for so long about all the things that would be involved. But the biggest thing, like I said, it would revolve around free will. It would revolve around buy-in. It would revolve around attitude and hard work. Not necessarily what you bring to the table or your skill sets. I would take somebody that's willing to put in the work and make the effort and practice and train and build themselves and humble themselves to be better and to be a good listener and a good learner, and that willingness to do anything, any menial task, any important task. Those are the kind of people I would want around me. Those are the kind of people that I have in my tribe. It's not my tribe, it's our tribe. I'm not the leader or anything like that. But yeah, then you have to go into, a lot of other more in-depth stuff. It's not that fun to talk about. But it'd be pretty sweet, Just take a couple minutes and think about what your dream would look like. And then maybe take some steps to turn where you are a little more into your dream prepper location. Or, if you feel strong enough about it, move to somewhere that is more sustainable. Anyway, I love you guys. Just some rambling thoughts. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.